Okay. Welcome, and good morning to Girl Talk Tuesday. I'll be the first one to say we missed you all last week, and I hope you all felt the same way. So, I'm here with my co-hostesses again, Angela Tyson. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. We missed you. How are you?
Good morning, Lynette Tyson. Renamed me Lynette King.
Am I mentioned Mike Tyson? Oh my gosh.
1 week off and we forget each other.
See? Good morning. How you ladies doing? I missed y'all.
Doing great. So, honestly, it felt good to have a week off. I hope everyone that, you had a chance to go back and look at some of our former episodes. Yes, periodically we are going to take a break. And you can, please keep in mind, you can always go out to our YouTube channel, Epic Women Uniting, to watch any of our videos at any given time. But of course, if we decide that we're going to take a little break, we will most definitely let you know and remind you of how to access our channel. If you've not already done so, please make sure you have subscribed to our channel so you can be notified as we broadcast. Girl Talk Tuesday is every Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So ultimately, what our topic is today.
Let me interject right quick because we are in the business of travel. So therefore,
okay.
You just might not see us. So if we're not here one day,
so we're gonna be traveling,
okay? Right? Or we might get you from location at all, all the...
And
okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And that's what everyone needs to understand. When you are in the travel business, you get to travel. So, right. So we are going to, whether we're going to do it in real life or virtually, you're going to see quite a bit on travel spots. Okay. So our topic this week is trending virtual businesses. And this is another hot topic that is of extreme interest to all of us for obvious reasons. So I know we're talking about why virtual businesses. Angela, I think all of us have done a lot of research, but Angela, you've been rocking it. Okay. So you want to get us started this morning?
I sure do. And thank you so much for that. It's very interesting because I was reading an article recently in Forbes magazine. And guess what? It's possible that you are already a preneur and you don't even know it, right? So maybe you're at your 9-to-5 job and you're a change agent. You're somebody who has innovative ideas and you're somebody who likes to take the role of a leader. You think of yourself as innovative. You inspire others from within the organization. Maybe you're a bit of a risk taker and you're not afraid to leap out there while others sit back and watch. There is an actual term for this. It's called an entrepreneur. And so Michelle and I were actually talking last night about this particular topic. And we said we were entrepreneurs before we even knew what an entrepreneur was. Because we both came from corporate America, and I'm still there right now. And, we're leaders and we're change agents. And that's a part of what being a preneur, whether it's an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur, is about. So... Go ahead.
And it's interesting that you like I said, we were talking last night, and as we were talking talking over all of this, we were like, wow, there is that preneur in house. So entrepreneurs, like, my gosh, we've been doing that for so many years because we were leaders or were mentored into being leaders with the roles and things that we had. So that was really interesting. I didn't realize it was an actual title to it.
Exactly. I had no idea until I started doing some research. So I was excited to actually know that I was already a preneur before I knew it. So now is the time, right? Why? Why not? Why not? For many people who are underemployed, unemployed, or unhappy on their current jobs, this time of social distancing and self-isolation may provide an opportunity to plan for the future, right? Under normal circumstances, most people don't have the time or can't find the time to explore new business opportunities. But now, a lot of us are finding ourselves with a lot of spare time on our hands. So with that spare time, let's look at virtual businesses. They're trending. The businesses that we happen to be with, IntelliTravel and Planet Marketing, before they merged, there were approximately 2,000 business owners. 2,000. That was about 5 years ago. Fast forward 5 years, when the company merged, we have grown to 59,000 or more at this point, virtual business owners. Look at the growth in 5 years, right?
Right.
From 2,000 to 59,000. That tells you that these virtual businesses, and this happens to be a travel business and a marketing business, it's trending, it's growing. So now is a good time.
Recession proof.
Right. Exactly. And you've hit it right on the head. I mean, what I try to stress over and over and over again, I think I even had in one of my Facebook postings this morning, is that this is an evolution. So everything that was starting to evolve, now it's in that phase of now taking root, which, like I said, now to have been at 59,000 before all this occurred, we're still growing because we're recession proof. People are still starting their own travel businesses. They are still getting into the whole marketing phase and so on. Planet Marketing and IntelliTravel, when they decided to partner, it was the best idea possible. So I'm loving all of this.
Absolutely. So whether it is an opportunity or out of necessity, now is the perfect time to think about how to make money from home. Whether it's in travel, whether it's in some other skill set that you have, think about incorporating that into a home-based virtual business for yourself. We'd love for you to come and join us, but maybe that's not your thing. Maybe you are, a nail person or a hair person. That's a virtual business at home. Start thinking about outside of the box and going to a physical brick and mortar building to have a business. Your home can be your business.
And this is what it circles back to one of your quotes a few weeks ago. I think one of the first quotes that you had is kick the box to the side, get rid of the box. And that's where we are today. Get rid of the box. Life has changed. That plan that a lot of us grew up with has changed. It's no longer, of course, always still get an education, but it's no longer going out here and getting that good government job or that good private industry job. It's going out here and really letting what your passion is take root and believing in yourself to make it happen.
Exactly. And don't get caught off by another pandemic or another government shutdown with that good government job. Don't let that catch you off guard, right? Don't let that dictate your financial future. Take it by the horns, take it by the reins, and you lead it. Don't let it lead you.
And align with individuals. Like I said, with us, with our organization, we've met so many wonderful people across the world. And I think the thing is, you always got to know who you're aligning with, because if they're not going to be interested in helping you grow, then you're pretty much trying to figure it all out by yourself. And one thing I have definitely seen with entrepreneurs, they will lock arms to assist each other. But the whole point is just you got to align with the right people, because at that point, you'll grow at a pace that's going to be very comfortable for you, and you'll have people supporting you to move you away from your comfort zones.
Exactly right. Now is the time. So if during this pandemic you find that you're laid off from your job, what's your plan? Are you prepared? What is your backup plan? Now is the time to get that plan B and turn it into your plan A. If you don't know what to do differently and you want to change, we're here to help. We're here to help you come into the travel business, own your own business, as well as, grow your own business. If you're not ready for change, let's chat when you are. We'll still be here growing our businesses and traveling. So, hit us up. You know how to get in contact with us. Small businesses make big impacts. They actually have a day dedicated to shopping small businesses. That tells you of the impact that small businesses have on the communities. So let's support small businesses, entrepreneurial businesses, virtual businesses. Last and not least, do the work. Do your research. Like Michelle said, align yourself with good, positive, forward-thinking people. That's the important thing. People who are going to encourage you and motivate you and teach you to grow your business. That's the alignment. That's locking arms with these positive folks who will, make sure that your business is a success. So now, Michelle, I'm going to turn it back over to you, and thank you.
No, thank you. That was some great, excellent points, Angela. See, when I know when Angela's researching something, like, okay, everybody hold on to your seats. Because it's going to come real. As soon as she threw out there Forbes, an article in Forbes, okay, I think all of us wake up when we hear Forbes. Okay, wait a minute, if Forbes had anything to do with it, it's on point. Okay.
That's the former paralegal in me when I used to do all my back in the day, right?
And look at how you have evolved throughout your career. And now you're working on your plan B, which we all know is going to replace the plan A. And one part I love about this entire travel phase of it, because that was one of my passions, is that just think about it. I mean, I was in Aruba last year. No, I'm like, this is work.
Right.
I don't ever remember having this much fun with work. Okay.
Right.
Then we're looking at the other trips that we had planned for this year. I mean, for me, it's like the moment everything is totally open, you can best believe I already have a nice long list of where I'm going. And that's what you get to do as a travelpreneur in a virtual home-based business. Okay. So Lynette, welcome back. Welcome back again.
Look, I was just here thinking about Hilton Head. Okay. Here I come.
There you go. Domestic
travel. Right, exactly.
Yes.
I know you have a good number of topics as well to cover.
Well, actually, yeah. And, one of the things that I would want to talk about is courage. You got to have the courage to, especially when you're going to step out on your own, you're going to do something, there's always that fear. So when you spot your opportunity, you want to have the courage to pursue it, because you can't get stuck. And then even if you start to pursue it, you can't get stuck in your tracks and then let the fear come on, be like, oh, I can't do this. You just have to keep going on. And so, but we're just going to be talking, I'm going to just be talking on, virtual business and what it's like to have one at home. And generally, you would be raising money for your virtual businesses, but with Planet Marketing, all you do is pay your monthly fees. So you don't have to come up with the 20,000 or the 30,000.
Pathetically low on the Planet Marketing side. That's not even $1 a day.
Right, Planet Marketing.
Okay, I'm thinking it was basically maybe not even 50 cents a day.
Yeah, right. If it breaks down.
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
Very low.
Right? Very, very low.
So if you're wondering where you're going to get your startup money for a franchise that's asking you thousands and thousands of dollars, why not go with 25 cents a day? What are you going to lose with any of that? Right. What are you going to lose with that? Okay, don't let me get into the tax rate.
Not yet.
So within your business, your business can't be everything. You need a niche, tomato, because everybody says it a different way, I've discovered. And I only say this lightly because in the travel business, you can either do all the travel, you can do groups, cruises, weddings, destination weddings, or you can just concentrate on, I just want to do group cruises. I just want to do destination weddings and things like that. So
I just want to be a Disney specialist.
Right.
I just want to be a Hawaiian specialist. I knew it was coming.
Right. So, you always want to have your elevator pitch together because you never know when and where you're going to spot an opportunity or a client that you just want to be like, hey, how would you like to, you look like you just came back from Hawaii, got a wonderful tan, start complimenting and then flow into it or something, And although these are virtual businesses, or we have a virtual business, you still want to function professionally within your home. You have to have your appropriate office space, and it needs to include a fast internet connection, and you want a desk, a computer, a telephone system, everything that you would have in a brick and mortar. And when you was working for so-and-so, you need to have that same setup at home, because it also will help keep you organized. So you're not, because I used to make a desk on my bed with a box and put my laptop on top of the box. And, like, this is my office space, until I went ahead and got a desk and said, okay, quit playing. It's because you're really working.
That's because when you walk into that space, that gives you a whole new different mindset. That's my office. I'm not in my bedroom with a tray. I'm in my office and I'm working. And like you said initially, professional. It gives you that feeling of, okay, I'm walking into my brick and mortar, which is in my home, my office.
And it's so true because, I mean, I have found myself, you know, there are certain times with all of us, you know, and even when we were in the office, we may go work from a cafe, we may go work from the terrace and so on. And I find the same thing here. Every once in a while, it's like, I just want to be out on my patio, take my laptop and everything out there. Yes, the majority of the work is done in the home office I have set up. But I noticed that when I'm in that home office, I'm probably even, y'all already know my energy.
Yes.
But at that point, it's like, everybody get out the way. She's on a mission. Right. Woman is here.
And I feel more focused when I'm sitting at my desk. I actually feel more focused. And yes, some days I will work from my bed or somewhere else. But when I sit at my desk, I just feel more focused. And
it's like your mindset gets going. Okay, these are things I need to get done. That to-do list means something. And I want to back up for a moment. This is being a little silly moment. I mentioned Wonder Woman, but if you really look back at it, weren't they part of the original virtual businesses?
Wonder Woman?
Oh, superheroes.
Oh, you got me there.
Okay. I just kind of want to throw it out. It's like, light bulb, was it a possibility? It could be. Go ahead.
So, okay.
This is when YouTube going to do that freeze frame, okay?
So, and see how we're on StreamYard right now. And we're doing our live presentation. But, Skype is kind of phasing out. So you'd want to have like a Zoom application or some other virtual meeting room where you can subscribe to, where you can have your boardroom, talks. And, we're just doing this live, because we want to be live for you all and give y'all little nuggets. But, we have our own background or in the back scenes, backroom talks, and we go Zoom, and it's really good. Everybody gets together, you put your thoughts together. So in your virtual business, you want to subscribe to something like that so that your team can all stay on the same page. You can see each other, and you don't have to be in the same state,
And
particularly during this time.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Angela.
Particularly during this time frame where you can't get together with your team.
Right.
Having these virtual conferences and meetings is important to stay cohesive as a group. It's very important.
Right.
That's all part of that whole evolution, because before, you all know, before all this happened with the pandemic, there were so many organizations that were fighting back about telemarketing, telecommuting or remote or working remotely. And now, we had already gone through a significant number of government shutdowns, layoffs for whatever other reason, furloughs and so on. But, at the same point, there were still organizations who are resisting it. And it's still that old time stigma of, if you let people work from home, then they're going to be goofing off and so on and so on.
Right. They're not going to do no work. Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times throughout my career in management that, I had to push back and, eventually get authorization. And one company was allowed to become, to be the pilot for our work from home plan and so on. And so, when companies started seeing that, wait a minute, people are even more invested, more, get even much more done, because now they have their work-life balance. And so therefore, for me, it's like, stop letting someone else tell you that you can have a work-life balance. Now, this whole evolution that we're going through right now, companies are understanding that, one, if they didn't have it in place, they had to scramble to put a plan in place if they were going to survive. If they, now they're looking at the same companies that were pushing back about this being an ongoing plan. Now they're structuring plans for this to continue on. Why? Because now they're saying the pandemic is going to go on much longer than what we expected. But it's not just that pandemic. The government shutdowns can go on much longer than expected. Companies are now starting to see they better have that virtual plan. So stop letting your plan A make those decisions for you. You can do this on your own. You can get your own quality life and work-life balance on your own. You don't have to wait for them anymmer.
And you know, but if go ahead.
No, and y'all know when I get on my bandwagon, I got to slow me down. Don't let it be a situation that, you know, I don't know technology. I don't really know social media and so on. I mean, all of us can speak up and say how much we've grown. I have a technical background, but I have grown tremendously. You know, StreamYard was
it's constantly growing anyway, so you got to kind of keep up with it because it's always something. Always, like I said, Skype is gone. Skype was the thing. It's like
right, exactly.
Right.
It's
on us now. If you're with the right people, then the thing is you're not left to fend for yourself. Now, like I tell people, I'm not an enabler. I will direct you to where you need to be, and I'm going to help as much as I possibly can. You know, because the whole point, if you're going to progress, you start off with step A, get to step B, step C, then you got to start walking, you're stepping back because you see that people have what it takes to continue on at that point because now they've got the foundation. Now they need to start believing in themselves and knowing that they can do it.
Right. But you got to, you know, and I'd like to, if you're one of those people in the brick and mortar that had to be micromanaged, it's a strong possibility that not virtual, but, you know, becoming an entrepreneur might not be for you because you won't be able to focus yourself enough to or working from home, to do what you have to do because, you know, you're used to somebody staying over top of you, micromanaging you, making you, well, have you done this? And where's that? And if you weren't one that does a lot of output on your own, you know.
And on the flip side of that, you have a significant number of people in this organization as well that, you know, who gave their story. And they were stressing the fact that they got fired from every job that they had. You know, they felt they were a good worker, but they kept getting fired for one reason or another. But yet they are extremely successful in this business. You know, because now it's something of their own. Wherever they were, whatever was happening internally, externally, whatever, you know, or people who didn't believe in them or whatever, because sometimes people just get a series of bad bosses. You never know what's causing it. But when you look at maybe you're failing in the plan A or the typical plan with the 9 to 5, maybe you need to look into a virtual business because maybe you will be more successful. Right. You realize this is yours. This is something that now is going to make up who you are and bring your income in.
Good point. So when you're in your business, you also want to have more business specific apps so you can help track your time, because it's very important that you track your time. If you need to create invoices, you want to be able to create invoices, schedule your callbacks and your prospecting. So, and they have different apps for those things, but also in your back office, you can do a lot of stuff in your back office. In your IntelliTravel back office. And having a website, it also gives you a strong presence. In Planet Marketing, you have a website for both Planet Marketing and IntelliTravel. They give you your own personalized website. So, and that is a super plus, and you don't have to worry about.
That's the whole point. It's turnkey.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to worry about paying somebody to build a website and all this kind of stuff. It's already built. You just go right on in there, your name, put your little name tag on your desk and keep it moving.
Right. You tell me how many businesses out here where 20 minutes after you enroll, you've got 2 websites, all the training materials you could possibly want. You know, of course, you know, there's things that you got to train on and information that you need to be able to share and coaching that needs to occur. But do a franchise and see how long it takes you to get everything up and going.
Exactly. Okay. And there was another article that I read about websites. They said that makes an impact. They said you'd be surprised at the number of virtual businesses that start out without websites and go for months and months and months without a website. So how do you run a business without having a website, without having a way for people to get in contact with you and know about your business? So like they were saying, we come with websites for both Planet Marketing and IntelliTravel. They're a part of the package right away. So there's no waiting for that.
And so just in closing, I just want to say a couple of things, or just go back over. You need to ensure that since you're virtual, you remain focused on your planning and your scheduling of your day, just as if you were in the office. You have to reserve your hours for networking and seeking out clients. And Another really great aspect, though, is that you don't have to pay for licensing. There's when you're starting your own business, you have to do licensing uh, with the state and all different things. But with Planet Marketing, you don't have to worry about that.
Excellent
and
point.
That's a super plus.
Excellent point.
All right.
Okay. So it's up to me to take us home. Okay. You all have definitely heard me talk constantly about the current evolution. Okay. You're going to hear me say this over and over and over again because people need to understand we are in an evolution. And I'm going to, I have my faith. God has put us into a place where we have been silenced. Look at how crazy the world was before all this occurred. And believe me, there's craziness now. But stop and look at, what is really happening around you. I remember hearing from the very beginning about, oh my gosh, I got to homeschool my kids. What's going to be happening with my job. It was just the first couple of weeks was chaos because everyone was just thrown into it. Then, just as it became very chaotic, people started looking at, wait a minute, I don't have to deal with traffic anymore. My family and I can sit down and have dinner every night, not fast food, a dinner. We have conversation, not texting and, in passing and, good morning, good night, and nothing in between until the weekends. So now people are looking at that quality life is there. So this evolution is happening for a reason. Grab onto it. And now the virtual business on top of that. Do you real and the funny thing is that, just as people were like, oh my gosh, what's happening, the whole chaos and so on, then wait a minute, I can actually live like this. Then when it was the possibility of some businesses opening back up, the pounding the table again of like, oh my gosh, now I got to deal with traffic again. Now I got to deal with the office politics again. Use this time to get your virtual business going. Use this time to really look at what is your passion. Okay. I'm sorry. I know a significant number of you could raise your hand knowing that your passion is travel. A significant number of you all know that you are pretty much the planner for either for your friends or for your family, and sometimes even extended groups that you may be involved in as well. So those are things that where you may not realize you're a visionary. You're seeing that this can happen. Now you need to move away from your comfort zone to make it happen. So, we have always said, and I think we've mentioned this during several of our lives, that, the prior work plan is no longer effective. All of us growing up, now come on, right? All of our co-hosts, growing up, all the co-hosts, raise your hand, Lynette, come on, both hands. We all heard the same thing. I know, Answer, you said you basically was seeing entrepreneurship before you really knew what it was, clearly before you became an adult. And, all of us have had that plan programmed into our minds as far as what we needed to do once we grew up, once we finished our education or as we were doing our, moving forward with our education and so on, and getting that government job, the private industry job and so on. I was saying this earlier in the broadcast. And ultimately that plan is phasing out. Now, it's not going to be to the same extent. At one point, I will be the first one to tell you, my family was a government employee family. My father, stressed that he was military. He stressed government. And we all see government is not as steady. No positions. That's the thing. No positions are as steady as they were before. You see it on the news. I talk with friends, waiters and waitresses showing up and the restaurants closed. They didn't even know it was going to close. Right now, everything that's happening where businesses are closing left and right, some are clearly a significant number are surviving. But when are you going to get off that roller coaster ride? Yes. When are you going to see that, wait a minute, there are some other opportunities out there? When are you going to reach out and say, wait a minute, let me hear a little bit more about this? If you're connected, if you're watching, you're connected through one of us who invited you to the Facebook Lives, or you're part of our Facebook, or you've subscribed to our YouTube channel and so on. Well, now's the time to reach out to us. This is a fun industry. It's an adventurous industry. When I do my posting, I put it out there all the time because the whole point is that the plan has changed. It is no longer a matter of just a 9 to 5. For the longest time, people that do the 9 to 5 and the side gig. Okay.
Right.
Why not let that side gig, formerly your plan B, become your plan A, and you can phase out your plan A, okay? And let that plan B be exactly what you want it to be. Everything you're experiencing now with being able to work from home, with having a quality life, being able to spend more time with family and friends and enjoy what we can enjoy right now. But just imagine once everything completely opened back up. This backdrop, let that be your daily, your daily wake up, okay? So I think the thing is that, that plan does not work anymore. It's phasing out. It is phasing out. Okay.
This is my backdrop. This is Key West back here.
So they always say with adults, you got to say it 3 times for them to really digest it. Plan A is phasing out. Okay. Virtual businesses are trending. Get on the bandwagon. It is time to survive and thrive. Okay.
Yes.
Of course, what we've also covered in the past, one stream of income is hazardous to your health and definitely to your wealth. Okay. Granddaddy taught me that. Okay. Warren Buffett taught me this. Maybe through several channels of, articles and things like that. But one stream of income is hazardous to your health and definitely to your wealth. Okay. So I'm going to go over a couple more and highlight some of those who have figured it out that you need to have multiple streams of income in addition to Planet Marketing and IntelliTravel representatives. You can never work as hard for your money as your money can work for itself. And, when I heard that for the first time, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so true. Your money needs to be working for itself. Okay. So yes, that part of that means investment, but investing in yourself. So if you're in here, especially with the Planet Marketing rep, you've got 7 streams of income that you have access to. Okay.
7.
You need 2 fingers you need 2 hands to get all the numbers to show all the numbers. Now, Lynette, put it back up. Number 7. Okay. And then the 8th one is IntelliTravel.
8 streams.
Okay. And on top of that, you've got all of the activity that's coming in from the suppliers. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot that comes along with that as well. So when your money's working hard for itself, you get to sit back and sleep at night. You get to wake up to an email as far as what's been deposited in your account. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Absolutely. You can't beat
it. Just makes sense.
Already started contacting us to let us know, hey, get you more information. You ready to get started with us? Okay. Go ahead. Keep sitting on your hands. And as we mentioned before, I'm sorry, what did you say?
So keep sitting on those 8 streams of income.
There you go. So we said a couple times during this broadcast, no different than any other, no different than anyone else working a business, but no overhead such as brick and mortar. So when you look at overhead with the regular business, of course, the brick and mortar is always the most expensive, which is why all these organizations right now are seeing, wait a minute, they can function virtually. Now they got these huge buildings with these huge monthly payments, annual payments, or whatever, and it's like, and the space is empty. So now the wheels are starting to churn for them. They don't need to do it that way. They can cut back on the sizes of that brick and mortar, save significant amount of money from that direction, and be able to still function virtually. Okay, come on. Why is it every time there has to be a crisis? When the economy tanked back in 2008, 2009, how many industries decided at that particular point where they cut their workforce almost in half? And then when the economy started rebounding, they were like, okay, wait a minute, we were doing fine with half the workforce before. Now, mind you, they started hiring, but they went through a different strategy. They're going to do the same thing as this all starts to evolve. They're looking at what they've been able to do virtually. Now, when they come out of this, how can they maximize that virtually? Are you going to sit on your hands and not look at how you can maximize what's going on right now virtually? So
you keep saying sit on your hands. Sit on them 8 streams of income. That's what you're sitting on. You keep sitting on those 8 streams of income. Okay. And just to preface what Michelle was saying about brick and mortar, regardless of whether your employees are in that building or not, they're still paying rent. They're still paying the utilities, regardless of whether anybody's in it or not. Those payments are still due monthly. So,
that's right.
Ta-da! Right. I pay my mortgage every month, and here I am in my office every day.
Right.
And after my 9 to 5, I work 5 to 11, 5 to 9 on my business. because that's what I have to do for myself. I've got
Right.
to put as much energy into myself as I put into my 9 to 5.
That's right.
You can best believe every organization out here has now set back with whether they have a procurement department, a contract department, who typically handles that type of business for their organization, and look and literally analyzing the fact that they no longer have to pay that rent, meaning that when that lease is up, they are already strategizing how they are going to now cut back on the space that they have. They're already strategizing how they can maximize on all that. So again, virtual business. So even the standard, the typical 9 to 5 is already thinking ahead to go virtual. They may not be able to do the whole, and there are companies that are saying virtual from this point out, virtual for the next year or so on, but that's the whole point. They're looking at it. So you keep hearing that word virtual. Now, let it sink in and virtual for yourself with the multiple. Well, how many streams of income, ladies?
8.
I'm loving it. We do so well with this. What was it? Stand up or impromptu?
That would be you.
Okay. So I know we got to wrap this up because we're going rather long. For me, it was obvious. I had to look back at my passion. The whole point is look at what really is passionate for you. Sometimes you got to dig deep. It's not an immediate answer. What really makes you happy? What gets you excited? What makes you smile? What is your passion? When I figured it out, it took several sessions with a business coach for me to really get it that, wait a minute, mine is passion. For me, that was always just along the lines of vacation. Okay, I'm going to have vacation. And it was so busy with the plan A that, okay, I got to plan a vacation, sometimes a staycation. When it really came to light that, wait a minute, my passion is travel. And then less than a month later, this opportunity was dropped in my lap. And it's like, this can actually be a job. This can be a career. This can be a business. Oh, come on, let's roll with it.
Yeah.
So, and then we look at what has evolved since then. We've got the Planet Marketing, which we love network marketing. We love networking. We love being able to get to know people and meet people. And travel now, group travel. And then it wasn't long after I started that, clients were asking, are you going on the trips? No, I'm not going on your trip. But you know what? they all they did. And again, that was that other little seed that was dropped for me to get. I can go on the trip.
You can.
I can build something where it's all of us doing group travel, which is what the model that we're working on now. But imagine if you're able to travel on a monthly basis and you're the tour guide.
Exactly.
Okay.
Imagine that. Just let that sink in. 1 second. Travel monthly.
Mm-hmm.
Pay for that. And you're
paid where you want to go. You find 10, 15, 20 people, and you can best believe once it takes wings, 10, 15, 20 can go to 100, 200 people. Could you imagine the commissions off of that?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So go ahead, keep it on your hands. Keep
it
on those income.
And I'm looking at what has evolved in less than a year. What has evolved from everything that came? We went to the network marketing, the travel. We now have a virtual talk show. We are now looking at launching other businesses. Yes. 1 year. Okay.
Multiple business.
Okay. And that's you want to look at 6 months or less. And you've got people who are doing it in less time.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to hear me keep saying.
Find what resonates with you and go from there, you know?
And if you don't know, then come out and talk to us. We are success coaches. Come out and talk to us. It doesn't hurt to have a conversation. And our initial videos are we're less than 10 minutes. Your 2 videos, less than 10 minutes for you to get a chance to look at it. So come on. So yes, we know the world economy evolves around businesses, which is why the virtual home-based businesses is trending for obvious reason. And now it's part of that entire evolution. Virtual businesses are the engine of the economy. No safe jobs anymore. There are no safe jobs anymore. You're fooling yourself. At one point, with me growing up hearing over and over and over again, government positions were safe. Okay, come on. I'm not trying to get into the political. Look how many extensive career individuals have resigned with everything that's going on. Again, I'm not getting into political talk.
Yeah, let's not.
But you're talking about extensive career people who had 20, 30, 40 of a lengthy career. they weren't even secure anymore. Okay, so come on, stop blinking and let's make this happen.
But hang on, and to go back, like, and Angela talking about how she's a paralegal, there are so many law offices that are virtual right now. It's not even funny.
Right.
They
absolutely
they're all working. Pardon?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say they're all working from home. They got IT in there making sure their computers are up, and they're at home doing whatever they got to do and doing all their calls. Yeah, a lot of law.
And Angela, you can answer this question. When the economy tanked, and I know that you were out of the paralegal role at that particular point, but when the economy tanked, we were in the legal industry. When we look back at every practice group had 5, 6, 7 up to 10 paralegals. After the economy tanked, they have had one, possibly two per practice group. And then when you fast forward almost 9 to 10 years later, that had not changed because the legal industry saw we don't need to have all these paralegals. The junior associates can do it. We can farm it out this way. We can do this instead. We can bring, maybe like a legal assistant type of role. But the pay scale went down drastically. So again, come on, the evolution, okay?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to go with the big wigs. Learn how to get your money back through multiple streams of income. So I'm only saying that because, we already talked about multiple streams of income and learning how to do it. But look at some of the models out there. Bill Gates even noted that if he had to do it all over again, he would go into network marketing because everyone's networking anyway. When you look at Oprah, look at all the streams of income that she has because she didn't just sit on her talk show. She looked at everything else she needed to do. When she decided to end the talk show, what did she do? She, basically owns her own station there.
Studio.
Okay, so she went around to Tyler Perry. Look at him. At one point, he was homeless. Look at where he is now. Not only an actor, director, producer, now he owns his own studio in Georgia. Okay, and we're talking about a huge
plantation
campus, right? Shark Tank. Look at all of them on Shark Tank. There are multiple streams of income, multiple investments. They opened it up so they can continuously have their money working for them. That's what you're doing in network marketing. You're opening those pipelines up so you can assist each other. So everyone can, when you're working hard and you're reaching back and helping others come up, that's how you continue progressing. So stop with the whole stigma with network marketing. Stop it.
Stop it right now.
Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, stop it to the extent of stop playing around with these little nilly-willy, not to criticize other competitors, but get out here and align with, I'm a Planet Marketing and Teletravel. Get out here and align with companies such as ours because we are on the move and we're making things happen. So you can keep playing around with it, keep sitting on your hands. Okay.
Listen, we are in momentum right now. This is the time that you want to get with us because when we take this thing to the next level, it's going. Now, either you're going to be here with us or you're going to be that's elevating and saying, ooh, I wish I had listened to those 3 young ladies at Epic Women Uniting, Girl Talk Tuesday, talk about this thing because they are skyrocketing. And Teletravel Planet Marketing are the way to go. I'm telling you.
Okay. So, you know me? Do y'all want to finish my sentence? Keep sitting on your hands.
8 streams.
No, keep sitting on them 8 streams of income.
Now, look, I was stressed that we are not tax advisors. Clearly, we're right at the end of tax season with the extension that was provided. But you've got to look at with virtual businesses and any businesses, especially home-based businesses. Now, one thing that, with one of the, what's the experts that we're following? One thing that they are stressing that everyone needs to have a home-based business. Make that money you are spending on a daily basis or on a monthly basis come back to you through taxes. So again, we are not tax advisors, but I want to sing that song. Everyone needs to have a home-based business because you are letting money that you are already paying out continue to stay out of your household. You can bring that money back into your household every year. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving money on the table, people.
And you got to look at not only money that you're already paying out on monthly bills and so on that you can put back in your pocket. You're also looking at your vacations how that can now go back into your pocket because now that is your business and now you are working that business while traveling. Okay, come on, wake up, people, wake up. Okay, get off those hands.
Put that nose down. Everybody want to snub their nose up. Better put it down and stick it into the grindstone and let's go.
Right. Now, I wish I had known when my sons were growing up, because I mean, clearly they were working for me. But hire your children. That's all part of home-based businesses. You know, now you got the kidpreneurs. Now, I'm sure if my sons were to hear this right now, they may circle back and wanting some type of back pay. Knowing them, especially the youngest one. But yeah, but there are different avenues you can go with that as well. Your dynasty building. You're building a legacy. And again, talk with your tax advisors because everything that we're seeing and information that we have been following and research that we've been doing, virtual home businesses allow for over 470 tax breaks. Okay.
That's right.
We are not tax advisors, but talk to your tax advisor.
But we have tax advisors.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, I'm kicking myself all up and down the street because, like I said, I've known for years I could do this. I've known for years that I've wanted to do this. Now that it is all happening, I'm like, I can't believe I wasted so many years thinking about it. My comfort zones, oh my gosh, I don't think there are any anymore. I'm like, girlie is going for it and she's going to make it happen. And I have these lovely young ladies as well, a significant other number of business partners who are on the track to make it all happen. So I'm hoping you at least move your hands from you may not raise your hands up saying you're ready, but you may not be sitting on them anymore.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Maybe they're on your lap now instead of under your lap. Get closer.
Right.
Get closer.
And maybe you've commented, hey, I want more information. Or maybe you're about to type it, but you kind of like pulled your hands back from the keyboard. Type it. I want more information.
That's it.
Contact me. I want more information.
Yep. Comment more info.
There you go. So yeah, okay, we got to start wrapping this up. But I think for the most part, what we really want to stress before we do our quotes is to be able to, I don't know why what is that ringing?
Somebody's phone.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so
the elevator.
That's
the elevator.
That was like when you do the telethon. We got calls coming in.
That's right. There you go.
Is the board moving?
There you go.
The board is moving. Okay.
Somebody over there answer that phone.
So, as I mentioned before, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, now is the time to subscribe, like, comment. If you are connected with us on Facebook, reach out to us on Facebook and say, hey, it's time for me to get a little bit more information. Initial business plan videos are less than 10 minutes. Okay. That just gives you initial information. You can sit in on one of our launch calls via Zoom. That's maybe 45 minutes of your time. That's time for you to say whether or not, okay, this is for you. Oh, wait a minute, I need to look at some other options for a virtual home-based business. But the whole point is now. We want to do our quotes, but at the same point, before we head out, I'm amiss that I have not referenced this before. We have another co-host, a producer that's in the background helping us with pulling all this together from week to week. So I really want to send a strong shout out to the Bell Group Travel. They have been awesome. Yes. Okay. Maybe we'll be able to get them on camera with us one day. But right now, we just want to make sure that we, since we don't have credits that roll at the very end, we want to make sure that
we're going to get that too.
We've got lighting, we've got the teleprompters. I think I joked at the beginning of our series that we weren't going to go around teleprompters. We might be headed that way. Okay. Okay. Quotes. Y'all are ready to wrap up the quotes? Yeah, Angela, you want to take it first?
Absolutely. My quote of the day is, if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. Booker T. Washington. That was from 1856, and it is still appropriate to this day. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. That's what we're here to do. We're here to lift up others. So come join us.
You hit it around the head. That's the whole point, is that, now we are where we are. Now we're reaching back, paying it forward.
That's right.
Okay. Lynette.
Well, mine is use your fear. It can take you to a place where you store your courage. And that's Amelia Earhart.
Wow.
So you know how long ago that was. But, that all goes into where the courage that you need to step forward and do what it is that you have to do.
Right.
So.
And look at you two ladies. Y'all wouldn't even do a live before. Okay.
I want to be singing in the background, but no, you wouldn't let me.
No, we got to talk about that part. We'll get there one day. We will get there. Okay, y'all know me, my girl Oprah, and I got a couple of them, okay? What I know is that if you do work that you love and the work fulfills you, the rest will come, okay? And another one from Oprah. You know you are on the road to success if you would do your job and not be paid for it. Okay? So you're I'm sorry?
Those are passions.
Those are passions, right?
You do things, for your passion, whether you're paid for it or not, it's because you have a passion for it. So that's true.
Okay, so one more time. Stay tuned because we are running drawings on our individual Facebook pages. We are going to start announcing them next week as far as how you can connect with us or what you'll need to do to be able to be entered into a drawing for a 3-day, 2-night getaway or a golf or a spa getaway. We may have some other options in the near future as well, but this is now. If you haven't been totally connected in the past, you better start doing it now, because as a follow-up or as a follow-through on our travel businesses, we now want to give away travel.
That's right.
Okay. So Angela, do we have music to take us out?
We have music.
Okay.
Just remember, everyone, we have Facebook friends that are watching, but we also have our business pages everywhere you want to be travel.
Melania will travel. I'm sorry.
Melania will travel. And
okay, wait a minute. Just one more time. Lynette.
What?
What's your travel business name?
Oh, everywhere you want to be travel.
Okay, Angela.
Impromptu World Travel.
And mine is Melena World Travel. Okay. So what are we all about to do? We're getting off our hands.
We've been off our hands.
So let Angela's take us out with the music.
Take us away.